Helen Yee here with Eyes on the Game here at Greens and Proteins, being joined by Mr. John Sheil. Great to see you again.
Great to meet you again. Happy to be back. It's great. Yes. Always a pleasure.
Yes. Now, last time you were here to help Conor McGregor for his fight, his rematch against Nate Diaz. You are back. You are helping him again. He is fighting Cowboy Cerrone. How's Conor looking?
Well, I'm a kickboxer. If anybody watches my fights, I'm a kind of carbon copy of Cerrone. Mix the hands up well. Probably a better form of Cerrone if UFC is watching. But yeah, Conor's looking great. He's so relaxed. He's teetering off a little bit now, but he looks so sharp. He's spending like a lot of time during sessions working on stuff. Very technical. It's a Conor I've never seen before. It's a scary Conor, but it's always a pleasure. I love the challenge. I love training with him. I love sparring him.
But what about his spirit and mentally?
High. It's definitely a new generation in his career. Like I'm really excited. Even last night when we trained, I mean, he was his form, his humour during spars. Even like he's full of energy. I'm worried. So Cerrone better come out switched on, because it's going to be a really early finish if not.
Well, would you say that the fire is lit in him, and you haven't seen a fire like this before?
Conor always had a fire. That was what was crazy about him. Like, the guy could come in and he always had a fire. The thing is he's kind of like, he's like a high performance anything. He's just making so many little adjustments, and little adjustments at Conor's level go a long way. And he's like a high performance car or something. Everything comes together, all these little tweaks he's doing, all these drills, all these techniques. And he's in Ireland, the boxing is very heavy, and some of his old school coaches are old school, and those guys are funny because they, without, pardon my swearing, but they take no shit. It's really funny, you know, the guys, they make you do the work, and all the coaches, all the training partners. We were on the mat the other day doing wrestling, and I looked around and I felt like all of SBG was in the UFC Performance Institute. It was amazing. We filled the mats. I can't wait till the embedded comes out, because it was just such a great train, and there's so many of us. Like, the sacrifice Conor had to make just to organise that. There's 20 of us here, probably more actually. I haven't counted. I know I have 7 guys in my house, that including me, that I'm kind of responsible for, making sure they don't. You know, it's Vegas. It's Vegas.
Well, I mean, it seems so far you're doing a great job at that.
I love it here. I do like Vegas, and it's not the strip I like. It's the
PI
and the West Winds drive-through cinema. That's where I spend most of my time.
Yes, hey, I don't blame you. But so Conor's last fight was at 155, obviously against Khabib. Were you surprised at all that he's taken this fight and it is at welterweight?
Well, you know, a lot of people probably look at, I don't know, UFC's fighters or any MMA fighter and think that they have. They're making move. Conor's going to fight whoever they put in front of him. Conor's attitude right now is he's taking big fights, he's taking challenging fights, he's not taking easy fights, and I mean, that's why we're all talking about him, because he could have came in, tried to look for an easier route, but I mean, why waste fights, why waste body, why waste damage on your body fighting nobodies, even if he finishes them in a second. Like, go for, like, everybody's wanted to see that fight since Red Panty Night, you know, since he was making all those comments on stage with Cerrone. We've all wanted this fight. This is a fight for the fans. This is giving back. Like, I very rarely feel this good about fights. That it's a fight I really want to see. It's a challenge. It's an amazing fight. This is one of them. Rumble Johnson and probably John Jones will be another one I'd really want to see. A true fighter's fight. You know, and then I'm not going to name drop anymore.
No, yeah, not right now. But how's his conditioning looking for fighting at welterweight?
Rounds. He's rounds. Just so many rounds. So many, like, rounds. Just rounds and rounds. He's just putting in so much work. Like, there's probably a time in a fighter's career where, like, you know, maybe we call it yes man, or people were just, he became complacent, but I won't say he became complacent, because I wasn't involved in that camp. So, and every time I spar Conor, I have to be on my A game. I have like adrenaline dumps when I spar him, just because his intensity and stuff. So But yeah, look, he looks great. He's doing so many rounds. We, like I was saying, we have like 20 training partners. Tires every one of them out. Every one of them. It's crazy. Like his composure is amazing. His attitude is amazing. He's in great form. It's good. I'm excited. I'm glad I'm involved in this camp. Sorry for talking so much.
I mean, I can tell his good energy is also rubbing off as well. But like I mentioned, you were there with him for his rematch against Nate Diaz, which he did win that fight. Do you notice any differences for how he trained for that fight at welterweight compared to how he's training for this one at welterweight?
Yeah, obviously, Conor has his tools. He has what he does well, and obviously, you know, with 3 or 4 months or a year between each fight, everyone knows you can change skills and you can add skills, but you can't. You know what I mean? Like Ben Askren said, he took one knee to the head. He's not going to throw away his whole wrestling career. Do you know what I mean? Conor, maybe, let's say, didn't have a Khabib fight go the way he wanted to go, but I mean, he did nothing wrong. He fought every second of that fight. So I mean, there's no mistake there to build off. It's just readdress and go back. So the Diaz camp that I was involved, he addressed height, volume and range, and he did that well in the fight. You know, he had his skills and he addressed height, volume and range, and that's how he fought Diaz. He addressed Diaz's height, chopped down his leg, and then changed up his volume and stuff. So again, I'm not in Conor's head, so I can only admire things about him and mimic him and emulate him as best I can. But then for this fight, obviously he addressed things like that. But again, Conor has to do him. You know, you can't be afraid and shut down everything you do because Donald Cerrone throws a head kick. I mean, anytime Donald Cerrone's done really well with that head kick, it's been same stance. Doesn't work as well on southpaw guys. It doesn't. Ask a guy that's trying to kick Conor in the head for the last 2 months. It doesn't work that well.
So
sorry, go ahead.
So how do you see this fight playing out? Do you have any predictions for it?
Yes, yeah. It's my own prediction, not addressing the camp, not putting into anything I've seen from the camp, because obviously that's in-house. I personally feel Conor's going to get him in the first round. I personally feel that. Yeah, that's what I feel. Now, I could be totally wrong because I'm a fanboy of the sport. Anyone that fights MMA, even a lower level than me, I'm a fan of them. I love the game. But I feel like he's going to work him in the first round. Cerrone's going to get complacent. He's going to throw a heap of body kicks. He's going to feel like, you know, he gets some success, and that's when Conor gets you. When you have a bit of success, that's when he gets it.
And do you think that a Khabib rematch can be down the line for him this year?
I hope so, because I mean, you know, Conor's obviously going to talk the way he wants to talk about it. Khabib is obviously going to talk the way he wants about it. All the fans want to see it, and from my view, he fought every second of that fight. There was, you know, it's a competition, it's a skills. You know, say what you want, but whatever way the fight finished, Conor fought every second of that fight. You know, we all talk about the famous third round. He came out in that third round and outstruck Khabib. You can always say, like, oh yeah, Khabib was resting. But then we could say the same about Conor and getting tucked down. Maybe he was resting, so his striking was better. Khabib was standing up, resting. So, I mean, people have to realise there's two sides to this coin. So, I mean, if you're going to compliment Khabib for resting, standing up, recovering for the fourth round, then you could say the same thing about Conor. Oh, he got tucked down. He was just resting. You know, the fight finished the way it finished. But yeah, I would love to see that. That's another fighter's fight. The only problem with that is like the Chuck Liddell Vanderlei fight. Is I hope business doesn't get in the way of that fighter's fight happening again. Do you know, obviously Tony deserves it. That needs to happen. We've been waiting for that. But beyond that, I mean, that Conor fight needs to happen again. It needs to happen again. No matter what, it needs to happen again. For my fate in this game, I've given my life to. Conor has to fight Khabib again. Whatever promotion, whatever, that was it. That was a competition. That was a match. Yeah.
But speaking of your fate in this game, what is next for you? You are 8-2 in MMA.
Long layoff, surgeries. Trying to get an interest now is crazy. You know, I train hard. One thing, I just keep the faith. I'm here every morning, every night. I train every day. I'm always fit. So I just, maybe I just hope to get an opportunity. We're chasing a lot of German organisations right now, because you can either, like, in my mind, you can fight in Ireland and be one of 10 Irish fighters, or you can go to a different country, headline the show and challenge like the German guy or the Swedish guy. And like the stage I'm in my career, I want those fights. I'm 82, I'm 33 years old, I'm as fit and as strong as I've ever been or will ever be. I'd love to get on Brave, I'd love to get on Bellator. Obviously, I'm here in the UFC, I'd love to be in UFC, and I'm training there every day to, like Dana's watching me, like Sean Shelby is watching me, I'm putting in the work. But beyond that, I just want to fight. I just want a competition. I just want to make some money. I've given my whole life to this game and will continue to do it. I love it. But yeah, it's just I need a fight. I need a contract. Everyone tells me they're getting me fights, but just nothing. We had a pull-out in Germany, 3 pull-outs in Germany last year. That threw away the whole 8 months. Last 8 months of my just trying to get a fight in Germany. But hopefully there is German organisations out there. They'll message me back. And then beyond that, we're going to get a shot on UFC. I'm sure there's going to be pullouts. I'm really at welterweight right now, so if there's a pullout in a week and a half, maybe I could get a shot. So stay ready and live the dream. So yeah.
And it is the new year, 2020. Happy New Year. Where can all the fans follow your career?
Oh, John Sheil 8, Instagram. My social media is not necessarily cool. It's very honest. So you're going to get a good laugh. But yeah, check me out, follow me. And if anybody has any interest in seeing my ass kicked, I'm sure somebody wants to beat me up. We'll find a promoter, we'll put money on the line and we'll fight for it. So yeah. Thanks, Helen. You're amazing. Thanks for the interview. Thanks to all you guys.